Hello guys and welcome back to Wi-Fi Studio. Before going to the next step, I'm returning from a quarantine period, so I'm going to show you how to paint properly with contrast colors, that Daemonette that you were asking me for before. I have a very good news. We found a sponsor, a very good sponsor. So now I'm going to show you what it's all about. So just take a few minutes to see what it's all about. And that was a good sport if you ask me. So now I'm going to show you something about that Daemonette. I painted it with my contrast color when they were just out, so I didn't have contrast medium. But hey, I think they were nice, and I'll show you how to do it in a couple of minutes. So take a seat and follow me up. Hi guys, so we're going to see how I painted this Daemonette with contrast colors. When I painted this Daemonette, I did not use the contrast medium, and I just applied contrast color neat on the model. I think the results are quite good. The video has not been approved by everyone, but it's okay. I think it's also because it was a video where you could see the Daemonette rotating, but you didn't saw how I did it. So I hope you can enjoy this video, hoping to remind how I did it, because you know it's quite, I think it's 6 months ago or something like that. I had many things to do, and now there is COVID quarantine, so let's see how we could do it. So prepare the water, your own gallery with contrast colors, and let's start with Volupus Pink. Okay, Volupus Pink is the skin, so we're going to paint the skin of the Daemonette with Volupus Pink. Okay, so take a bit of Volupus Pink and try to be precise when you paint your Daemonette. Okay, so I couldn't remind if it was Volupus Pink or Magos Purple, but I think it's Magos Purple. So let's see if Magos Purple, because unfortunately every time I get confused by this. So let's see how Magos Purple will turn out on our skin. Yeah, and it is Magos Purple because Volupus Pink is too dark. So I'm going to change it in a minute. To change it, because I put the wrong color on, so after it is completely dried, you can use the base color of the base coat. So I use Vrate. Using this, you will erase your error. So just a few minutes. It's very simple. Especially now that everything is almost breakable. So water, color, and you can literally erase your mistakes. and that's okay. That would be enough. So we start with Magos Purple. Magos Purple is our skin. So let's see about Magos Purple. Yeah, good choice is to have a firm stand on your miniature. It's probably past too much for this blue tack. I need to change it. Okay. So take a step back, Magos Purple on the skin. Start painting the skin that you did not paint before, and try to be precise, the most precise as possible. Okay, so for a better support, I suggest you one of these handles, because as you can see, not everything is strong enough to have your miniatures all the time. So be sure your miniatures don't fall down while you paint, of course. So we use Volupus Pink to do the skin, and it dries quite easily. We'd like to do a little darker effect on the hairs, demon hairs, and on the claw. So we took another drop of Magos Purple. Yeah, Magos Purple, sorry, not Volupus Pink. Magos Purple, and we're going to do another thicker add-on on those two details, so that it will be darker on the points, and it will be like if I painted with a different type of color, and it will blend better with the miniature as well. The best thing here would be using contrast medium to create a shadowing, a really good shadowing, but we can just use this, and that's okay, to get a darker color. Paint more where you want the darker effect. Okay, so we're going to do that also on the hairs. As you can see, it's the same color, but paint like it if it's not. So the effect will be better when it dries out, but you can see just now that you have a darker color, and the miniature is like have been painted by two colors instead of one. That's okay. I'm sorry for I'm painting in a difficult position because I have to buy a camera, so I just have done something to take my cell phone on. I know that it's not the best quality you can have, but the most important thing is that you see how I did this miniature. It's very, very simple. I'm jumping some points. This point is very fast, so I'm going to record this, but as you can see, this is easily done. Okay, so contrast color will dry faster. So let's see the next point. Next point will be painting the jewelry, or maybe we'll paint the nipples, just paint the nipples. Okay, so now we take that Volupus Pink that I was talking about, and I use it only for the nipples. So just leave a drop on the nipples. it will eventually dry and leave the top, as you can see. So once done that, 2 or 6 nipples based on your Daemonette's skin, we are ready to do some jewels. Just wait a minute. Okay, now we're going to take Nasdaq yellow. So the Nasdaq yellow is a very good contrast to paint something like gold. We are going to do details on this Daemonette using that, and we're going to do the jewels like this. Okay, just a moment there. Took too much color. Don't go too much with contrast because it could be a problem. So if you see that you have too much color, just take a step back. I'm leaving the gem for later. We'll see how to paint it. Try to be the most precise as possible, but as I continue to say, this is not a program for pro painters. This is a program for someone that wants to paint its game miniature quite good in the fastest way as possible and in a better way as possible. I'm doing this. I'm just letting you see how I do, but it's not a law. So if you don't like it, you can change colors, style, everything. It's just to see if you like how it came out, my Daemonette. You can use my technique to make your Daemonette as well. So it's very easy. Contrast colors quite painted alone a miniature. Dried effect is better than just painted effect. So this is up to you. Okay. So how I did some weapon. Okay. There is a color down there. I painted the color by mistake pink, so now I need to repaint it with Breakbone and then paint it again with Nasdaq. Just wait a minute. And here we are. As you can see, now it's white, the color. So we're going to paint it with Nasdaq and make it of a different color. It's very easy if you see. So don't worry about your mistakes because you can easily correct them with the base color. In this case, a base layer of Breakbone. Let's do the last jewels. I skipped the skin phase just because it was a bit longer, because the skin is the biggest part of Daemonette's body. So if you are precise and do your skin precisely, sorry for that, you'll see that you have a good work. Okay, so I can paint the tip of this sword, this dagger here. Yeah. Okay, so the next step is, I want to paint a little better Okay. Now the next step is to paint the tissues, and I use to paint the tissues I use the Greyhound contrast, so I'll let you see in a few seconds. And here we are with the Greyhound orange contrast, so I'm going to use it for the tissues. It's a bit battle color, so yeah, it dropped at me sometimes, so you know, we're not perfect, trying to do things as perfect as possible, but you know, as you can see, lots of imperfection on these miniatures, but you know what, it's just to let you see how it's painted. Then it's a metal one, so we can just use some chemicals to paint it again and again and again without problems. So I'm using orange for the tissues, just to be a bit original, even if it's not my preferred color, but something that you see in a miniature is something that probably you'll see best in an army, so painting 20 Daemonettes the same way will do its job. Even in this phase, try to be most precise as possible. Then we have to paint. Oh, I forgot something before, but I can see it here. A little tissue, and then we forgot this one, to paint this one and with night red, but it's something we can do it as fast as I can put my hand on. The night red yellow, just close your colors always, because you know contrast is even more liquid than normal colors, so always cover your colors when you finish painting, or when you put your colors on the wet palette. Wet palette, you know, is something that keeps your color wet while you're painting. Okay, so now what we're going to do, the talons. So the talons, I'm going to use the skeleton. Where is it? Okay, skeleton or contrast. Yep. To paint the talons. So as you can see, I don't pause the video to let you see that it can be very fast if you want. So here we are. I know that it depends on how much time you want to spend on this miniature. It's not the same for me. I'm just fast painting this miniature for my purpose, to show you how I do with fast painting and contrast, but it's not always my way of work. I usually put more effort in painting miniatures, but it's just something that, you know, if you're happy with it, I think you will be happy of your games. So now we have to paint, to do some details, and we have to paint that dagger. We can choose a color because the other Daemonette didn't have a color for the dagger, so we can paint the dagger as the nipples using Volupus Pink, for example. So let's see how it gets. If we don't like it, we can always do, as we said before, passing it on the wraith bone, so that you can Okay, so now it's probably time, since I have the contrast medium, to show you how I use it. For example, I put more color on the base of the dagger, then I take the contrast medium. Be careful, the contrast medium, as you know, is a transparent color to deal with the contrast colors. So I took a bit here and then I do this thing. Okay, just to have the blade brighter, even down here. So we use these to do an effect to the blade that could be cool and nice. A little bit more. Don't worry too much for under the miniature, because you'll not see under the miniatures too much. So okay, and that's it, and then we'll see how it will get when it dries out. This is the idea. Remember that dried contrast colors are always better than fresh contrast colors, so just have patience. So now we have almost finished our miniature, so we just paint the base. I used green stuff wood rolling pin to do Madness, the Madness one, to do my base. So now I'm going to paint it with Basilicanum Gray. That is the gray, okay, contrast gray. So well, sometimes this happens. If this happens sometimes, you just have to paint again the base with red bone as usual. So just wait a minute. This, okay, it seems useless maybe, but it's not, because probably it's the spray. So we need to pass a hand of color up there. I want a faster result, so I'm going to use a hair dryer to dry the So my Daemonette is ready for my contrast now. Yeah. Be careful to not use the hair dryer while you have liquid colors still fresh on your miniatures. It can ruin. So let's see how the Basilicanum grain can help us. Okay. As you can see now, the problem is solved. Almost, yeah. If it's not solved, it's just because I didn't put the brake bone correctly on the base. But as you can see, it's just a problem of spray sometimes. I will paint my base black under there, so I have not to worry if my contrast colors goes under there, because it will be black, so it's okay. Yeah, as you can see, I forgot here. Okay, fortunately it will stay there. Okay, now we're going to wait to that it can dry, so we're taking the black to finish our bases. Or yeah, we could do gems. Yeah, we can do gems. And again, we can paint the gem the color you want. I'm gonna try the Volupus Pink just to have the same colors going around the miniature. One, two, and 3. Then we're gonna paint the eyes. For the eyes I used a normal color. You can paint it, you can not paint it, it's up to you. I used Emperor's Children layer, just a point for your miniature, so just that. I'm very far for the miniature. I usually go near the miniature, but now, as I told you, I'm using a not quite easy. So don't try this at home. Okay, that's quite good. So this is almost finished. We just have black, Abaddon black. This one to do the base, but to do the base I'm going to change my support for the miniature and hope it will be enough. Let's just try this one. I changed the blue tack, I hope it helps. So here we are. We can use also a bigger bigger, oh my god, brush. I just forgot how to say brush. Even my English is going to be revised soon, because I have not trained a lot of it, so I'm sorry for my mistakes. And to my Italian friends that I agree, I'm trying to do subtitles for them if they like what they see. As you can see, it's something very fast, especially if I'm doing one, but I suggest you to chain them. So you do all the bodies all the nipples, all the weapons, and so on, and you'll finish this work in a couple of hours for 20 Daemonettes. It's very fast. Okay, then we can add details later, but this is the almost final results. As you can see, as contrast colors are going to dry, you see the effects they give, so they're better. And remember that you see your miniatures, your gaming miniatures, from this distance, so it's even better. Okay, so I hope you liked it. As you can see, the miniatures are taken as standard. Okay, and you'll see that when you add some particulars from examples, I took these ones from Green Stuff World. There are some lichens that you can glue with super glue on the base, and then you can do some effects on the base as well. But this is the final result. So I hope you like this video, and please leave a comment if you like. If you don't like it, it's okay to say. I hope you enjoyed this video and finally have understood how I did this really fast Daemonettes. Okay, have a nice day and follow HWAWEI Studio. Bye.